look at the COVID times, I think COVID taught us a lot of things. During COVID, we were able to order our pizza online, our dress online, our shoes. We were gymming online, we were educating online, and but we didn't know where our oxygen cylinders were. We didn't know, where is the next batch of medicines going to come from. In a way, 4G has digitized the front end of our country in a way, but the back end, the supply chain, the warehouses, the factories, all of that is still not up to the level of the front end which is being digitized. I think 5G for enterprises brings the humongous opportunity to digitize our whole backend, our factories, our warehouses, our supply chain, our ports, all of that. I think 5G will bring a huge opportunity. No, I think 5G is the most exciting topic for CIOs, chief digital officers. There's a lot of thinking going on within our own customers on what problems they can solve, right? So if you look at, an enterprise is a very broad term, let us break it into few parts, right? So if you look at a manufacturing organization, the whole factory setup still runs on fiber, still runs on Wi-Fi, which has got its own limitations, right? So Wi-Fi has black spots, fiber is very expensive. They run kilometers and kilometers of fiber. If you look at peripheral security, it's still running on fiber. So there is a thought of how to make it flexible, and can 5G solve those problems? And if you look at healthcare, there are some very interesting use cases which 5G can help solve, whether it is ambulances, transmitting images real time, whether it is better colonoscopy. That's a second interesting area for us. In BFSI, there is low latency, high bandwidth trading, which could be solved through 5G. So every industry is thinking through what problems they could solve through 5G. But as I said in the panel, it is very unusual for our country to have this much infrastructure available ahead of demand. We never build infrastructure ahead of demand. Our cities are always congested before we put our roads, put our railway stations. But in this case, telcos have put a massive infrastructure, I would say, ahead of demand, and enterprises are thinking about how to use it. It's going really well. For example, we showed in the Indian Mobile Congress about 10-15 odd use cases, all the way from agriculture to healthcare to every media. We have active conversations, close to 50, across multiple industries to co-develop use cases, all the way from manufacturing to healthcare to banking. We also have paid 5G installations now, and some of it I can talk openly, some of it I can't. But I would say that in the next 1 year, there is a lot of expectation that 5G will make more money in B2B than B2C, and it's our job to make it happen. Absolutely, I think bringing 5G private network to factories, ports, mines is our big priority. We are putting a lot more emphasis on B2B versus B2C when it comes to 5G. And our market is reacting. You will see pretty soon real life examples, which will be pretty interesting type of use cases which comes with it. I think the ecosystem is what needs to get developed. Today, the biggest blocker is that the device is still not ready. 5G devices still not coming up, but it's a matter of time. I think once it comes up, we will have some very interesting use cases solved. And I would look at it this way, right? If somebody had told you 5 years ago that you'd be able to do video conferencing with 15 of your friends with high quality video, we wouldn't have believed it, right? I think 5 years down the road, 5G will be the same state of maturity. We will look 5 years down the road and say, how much our life has changed because of 5G. I think the way we travel, the way we learn, the way we get our healthcare, the way our factories produce stuff and track stuff is fundamentally going to change. What is going to be the killer? I mean, if I had one, I would leave my job and build that killer app. Why am I giving Gyan? I think there is everything to do with video is going to be a killer app, right? So if somebody could make it easy for people to use video to solve real life problems, that'll be a killer platform. I wouldn't call an app, that'll be a killer platform.